The tools are cutting much better now that I had the guys at A1 Sharpening downtown Tuscaloosa sharpen my lathing tools for me. Much faster cutting. Some people ask me, why a handline? Why handline? Why not a fly rod? Why not some the cost? You know, I'm a poor man. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I don't have a lot of money. I don't make a lot of money. But I do love what I do, and I love fishing. So when you think about, you know, guys out here, I was on another YouTuber was asking about, I was asking him, he was targeting catfish with a fly rod. He had a nice 11 weight fly rod. I'm thinking, golly, from Winston. You're gonna pay $300 for an 11 weight fly rod. I mean, completely built. Probably could build it yourself for half that. That's not including the reel, which is probably another $300, and the line, which is another $100. That's assuming you're tying your own flies and not having to buy them, right? And making your own leaders and not having to buy them. One of these, just as aesthetically pleasing in terms of the feel of having the fish pulling on the line, just you and the line. This is the most sensitive drag in the world. I designed these to last a lifetime. And if one of these is 50 bucks or so, or 60 bucks, or even $100, and you have something as aesthetically pleasing as a $300 custom fly rod for, like, if you bought a couple, less than 120 bucks or whatever. Something you can pass down to your grandkids, great-grandkids. The thing is, it just takes a lot of time to make these. I mean, a lot of time. You see the grass has not been mowed in a while, and you're just trying to crank these out and get them out to people before it gets just too late in the summer. This video really is an update. So I am working on the reels. Those of you who have been waiting on them. I've got reels. Some people have been waiting since about February, March. It takes a long time for me to make these. It really does. Fortunately, I haven't had any major breakdowns on the lathe itself. There are times where the whole lathe is broken. I've had to just completely stop in months to get parts in and stuff to fix it, and just not sure how much longer I want to offer these, because it takes so much time and it's so hard on the tools. And that's time I need to be out in the river getting more footage. And that's the main reason I increased the pricing on it, because it's just costing me a lot to make them. The opportunity cost. Yeah, so these three will go out early next week. I'd hope I'd get them out by the end of this week, but forgot to sand this one, the one you've seen me making today. I usually leave it on before I separate it and really get the sand and get it really buttery smooth like I did with these. But I have to do this one the old way with just muscle grease. But it's all good. I just really don't enjoy making them anymore. But for people who want to buy them, I'll make them. You just have to give me the time to do it. It just takes time. This batch, we're going to be spending the rest of the day sanding these, coating the first coat of epoxy. We gotta get the rasp and get that jagged edge down. I still don't have a easier, faster way to do it. A hole saw would probably be better, but I think the rasp, I can feel it with my hands. And I can get it to a certain smoothness on my hands to where it just feels right. And I can't necessarily get that with a machine. That's why you have to hands on. If you bought this from, say, an Amish Mennonite community, something handmade like this, you'd probably pay $300 for one of them, right? Or even if importing them for China, I wouldn't be able to. I would have to import the blanks at the same cost as I'm selling a finished reel. It's just one of those products that the only way to really make it, one at a time, by hand, with a lot of care, attention to detail, and all those sorts of things that everybody says that they want. But the reality is, what people really want is something cheap, fast, and they don't really give a rip where it's made. But those are not the people I'm targeting. I'm wanting the people who know the value. And that's fine with me. And that's why I increased the price, to slow down people from buying them, so that I can get the product out and spend the time on it that I really need to get it in the shape that I want it to get in before I let it out the door. If you're interested in them, they are on the website still. And or you can just buy the book, which is available over on the Teachable page, the Handliner's Handbook that I wrote a few years ago. That's another way you can help the channel. And I hope for those of you who are waiting on the reels, this gives you some insight into how I make them and the progress. They are coming, and it's just gonna take time.